Twins in lessons Friday. Hey, like literally, what is it? Like 7 days till Christmas or something? Like
9 days, buddy. 9 days.
9?
9 days. It's the 16th today.
Yeah, but the 7 days from now is the 23rd. So it's like
9.
Oh, 24th. Never mind. It's the 25th, not the 24th.
I don't know, but let's hurry up. Let's get this show on the road. Let's go.
How was that so like quick? Holy crap.
I don't know.
Welcome to the HPLS podcast. Live, relevant, and high performance information, conversations, and education weekly.
So I say humility to start.
Yeah.
I got for everyone watching, listening, I got two really good friends here. The other day I got on a Zoom with Ryan. He's like, "How you feeling?" I go, "I'm not good." He goes, "Yeah, you look like shit." And I'm like humbled because I'm glad he could say that. And I get on this morning and Jeff goes, "How you doing?" I go, not so good. He goes, "Yeah, you don't look so good." Like, all right. But you know what? Here's the thing. When you have friends that can say that to you and they mean it in the best way possible, it's everything. It's everything. Like, you guys are so genuine. I thank you so much. You know, it's been a week that has just been so astronomical. DJ was able to spend most of the day with us on Tuesday. We had Dean on Wednesday. Unfortunately, I missed yesterday, but I hear it was a banger show. It's just like, how could you? I don't know. Gratitude, humbleness. These are all the words that are coming to my head right now. I probably won't be here next week. I've got another scope. They found another mass at the bottom of my neck. So they don't know if it's an ulcer, or if it's a tumor, or what's going on. So I have my scope on Tuesday. So, I'll be here Monday, but depending on how it all goes, I don't even know if I'll be able to speak for the rest. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of saying from Tuesday on, I'm off. So maybe we can have like a Christmas special for us on Monday.
There you go. My wholehearted prayers for you, Dan, man, that things work out for you, dude.
Yeah. They say it's the doctor's pretty sure it's an ulcer that just kind of formed at the bottom of where the tumor was, but it's where all my food pools. So if I have any sharp food, it goes like and cuts it, right? So it's pretty interesting because my wife and I have been Googling for a while, and sometimes don't Google what you think is the problem because it gets you into whole.
Yeah, don't do that. You're gonna Google MD. Funny enough, we were doing that last night. We were having a little. One of our dogs wasn't feel so well, and don't Google it because like you'll like it will be like a random cough and be like, "Oh my god, you have like diabetes," and it's like, "Wait, what the hell just happened here?" So I was like, "No, let's not get into that." So just
is your puppy okay?
Sorry. Yeah. They're good. They just, you know what? It's the snow, and it's funny because I was thinking with Jeff this morning that you wouldn't be on the show not because you're sick, but just because like you're probably snowmobiling or something like that, right?
No, God, no. The weathermen are liars. Liars.
Yeah, really. Unbelievable.
They're brutal. They said 15 to 20 centimeters. I could see the driveway underneath my neighbor's tracks.
That's
like
good.
we got enough to maybe do absolutely nothing.
That's good. We got shit to do this weekend, you know, and just kind of reflecting on it too. Like, you know, Jeff, we've had such, like, for me after Tuesday, it was kind of a little bit of a blur, like what day it is, because like, you know, you do an amazing all day podcast. Like, you'd think that, hey, maybe we'll do it on a Friday, so we have the whole weekend to relax, and then it's like, no, we woke up the next day and then we had Dean on for a banger episode, and then like Jeff and I, we had the referrals 101 yesterday, which I thought was actually my biggest lesson for the week as well. So you know, just thankful for everybody. You know, it's awesome. It's that time to give, you know, not to receive, and let's get started.
It is that time of year. It is that time of year to do exactly that. You know,
I gotta say, North brother, you are looking good in that suit, my man. Look at you. We haven't seen you on the show in ages, my man. Everybody do it up for Nerf.
Do this, you know, like, you know, get that cigar in his mouth, man. He's
you look at Nerf and Damon's LinkedIn pictures with his shirt and tie, and y'all know they work in shorts and t-shirts. Like,
that's why I had to switch up mine. You know what, I was like that, and I was like, no, screw it. I did the AI thing, and then I was like, I love this picture. It doesn't look like me, but it's like maybe one day.
Yeah, bring up Damon's picture again, Dan.
Damon, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? When you look at that, his nickname should be the Doctor of Transportation. I mean, he looks like a doctor, right?
Slick. He looks like an MD there. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, you know, Damon MD, you know, instead of House.
Damon MD. There you go.
That's it.
There's DJ.
I told
DJ, we
DJ to
was
come
just
on this
talking
morning.
about you,
DJ, hop
brother.
on, man. I thought you were gonna hop on.
Yeah.
You know, just have some fun
Should
and
be
kind
the
of,
same link.
yeah,
Should
it's
be the same
pretty
link,
awesome.
brother. Go get her.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
But
boys.
what a
So
week! What a week, man! Just what a week! You know, today's is wins and lessons, right? You know, it's mostly what we do for the folks that watch the show daily. Them lessons daily, affirmations, things that they should do, shouldn't do. You know, and yet, you know, I always say it the way it is. No doubt, right? So I shared an email with both of you yesterday that I received. I just want to say to all the folks out there, the beginners, you know, novices just getting into the business, when you connect with people on LinkedIn, build a relationship before you go out and you start selling and pitching.
internet cut off.
Jeff, did you get more of those? I'm an executive, awesome salesperson, and I have no idea how to connect with you.
I'm telling you, it drives me crazy, and it puts me back into my shipper seat that I was in for so many years, and I blasted these people. It's not
I
the
knew
way
I wanted to come on for a laugh. This is great.
It's just a break. It's like I'm trying to help these people. You know, I might, you know, really rake them through the coals, but I get thank you at the end. I got it. You know, thank you. So it's like I'm going to tell you exactly the way it is, but don't go pitching people like that, man.
I can't stop laughing. I'm sorry, I just can't, Jeff.
I feel like they're gonna get flooded now. Like if I was to see this, I didn't know Jeff, I'd probably flood him too. Like be like, you know what? Here's a copy and paste. You know. So the one thing I was telling Jeff yesterday about these things, you know, it's like it's just copy and paste, man. It's you know, just move on, man. Who cares, man? These guys are doing what they're doing.
I mean, I get them all the time. Hey, you know what? You should really. We got a great deal on bolt seals, and you know they're spectacular, mate. And I'm like, bolt seals? What I gotta just that's like, what do I need bolt seals for? Read my profile. Nerf says, I'm back from Europe. I'm back from Europe. My brother and I was away for 5 months. Good to see you guys get some positivity into my Friday morning from y'all. Thanks, brother.
Nice.
Good morning, Lisa.
Morning, Lisa.
Damon says the worst. Yes, that is the worst one. Hi, how are you? And that's it. That's the message.
Well, we're not allowed to ask how people are doing these days. Like, why are you guys so bougie about this? You know, like I think like, and I think like that's where you know, and I think the disconnect a little bit is, you know, people are just genuinely asking the question. Like I don't see like I do the pitch slap sometimes. I do it. It doesn't really matter to me. Like it doesn't. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like I'm not gonna.
I love that guy, man. That's like the epic quote unquote pitch slap.
Oh yeah, 100%. But you know, people want to know who they are. You know, so I'm not against them. I always reply to every single message because at the end of the day, everything's a learning experience. But I'm not so bougie. I don't kind of put myself on a pedestal that I can't. But I'm better than somebody from there.
No, I give them. I give them a lesson. I give them a lesson, man. What they shouldn't do. You know, you're not going to get far by doing that.
I don't agree. I don't agree. I think
so
with logistics, we always
because you know the ask is coming. I'd rather have somebody be honest and make the ask in the beginning instead of waiting for it. I feel the same way. Hey, how are you? I'm expanding my LinkedIn network. I'm not sure if you're into this industry because that's the second email that comes in.
Oh, that's fine.
When you reply back going hi, you know, it's like, oh, I want to expand my network. Just tell me up front and I'll look at your profile. And if your profile has like, if there's any way I could help or I feel like being connected to me and then starting to connect to my community can help, then for sure. But otherwise, I mean, I'm not connecting to everyone. I don't know about you guys, but I don't accept every connection.
I don't.
I
unless it's like Forex or like crypto or something like that, I won't accept it. But I accept everybody because you can learn from you. Just like we had that conversation yesterday. You just never know where somebody's going to land. They can be a coworker of yours. They can be a competitor of yours. They can be a customer of yours one day, right? So I don't take LinkedIn that seriously. I know a lot of people do, but LinkedIn, in terms of like all my social networks, is probably ranked the least, right? So I'll probably go with like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and like Twitter or whatever, and then LinkedIn will kind of be like I just kind of go there to kind of for our podcast stuff like that, connect with people. Because I don't know if you guys kind of noticed too, like John Brewer is kind of like the exception. I'm sorry to say this, but logistics managers, they're not active on LinkedIn. They're not. They're simply not. They're just there to kind of have it there, and maybe they'll like reply or connect or something like that. But I don't know. I don't take it as serious as a lot of people do, because I feel like there's more things in the world to be serious about.
You know,
Yeah.
one thing I've noticed about traffic managers on LinkedIn is if their profiles are kind of like 3/4 done,
Mhm.
and you keep monitoring them, because I have them on LinkedIn Navigator, so anytime they do something, it tells me.
Mhm.
When they start beefing up their profile, you know they're looking for a new job, because LinkedIn
Mm.
is today's version of your resume. It
Yes.
really is, and a
Uh,
lot of employers will tell you that.
Yep.
It's actually, so if you guys have Navigator, go to a bunch of traffic managers and just follow them, and just so every time something happens, you're gonna get a notification, and then all of a sudden you'll see one day and they start stacking their education and referrals, and then all of a sudden they're at a new company.
yeah, but
Interesting.
Yeah, but listen, man, when you've got another broker that's looking to prospect and they don't look at your profile or find out what your background is, and you're a broker and they're reaching out to a broker, I mean, come on, man. I
Well,
mean,
maybe that's because your profile is not, and I'm not speaking about you, but maybe your profile is not clear, or there's no clarity in
it's
terms
pretty
of,
clear.
like, not you specifically, just talking about people when they kind of pitch that. But
Yeah,
like we kind of talked about this. I love that we're talking about this on Wins and Lessons, but it's like, it doesn't take me 2 seconds to be like, hey man, not interested, but hey, let's have a conversation. Like, bring up Kyle's, because I like what Kyle kind of said too. Like,
Yeah, so we
um,
got a lot here that are coming up.
yeah.
yeah, it looks like this is a good topic. I like when we get to rebuttal each other.
Huh.
Thank you,
My
thank you,
favorite
thank
is
you
the
very much.
just looking to network. Next day I work for XYZ and we have the best XYZ, and I have 90 minutes tomorrow if you feel it's a good fit.
Yeah, yeah.
He stole
See,
my
That's a
pitch.
good one.
He just stole
that's
my
just
friggin'
it.
pitch. I copyrighted that pitch.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
And their Fad wrote a book here. He says, I usually say, hey, before I pitch slap you and you block me, can I at least ask you, how are you? Is there anything I can do for you?
Right.
Anyone I can immediately connect you with? I like that. Anyone I can immediately connect you with. At least I ask for you. The least I ask is for you to answer these two questions before all communication ceases to exist between us.
Thank you.
DJ says, he says hi to everybody too, Ryan.
Yeah,
He's with you.
exactly.
He
Yeah,
replies
exactly.
back to everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Look
John
at that.
Brewer
Doesn't cost me.
is such a high profile star on LinkedIn. I just refer to him as John on the shipper,
Yeah.
and everyone knows who
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah. DJ Flores, I usually just wink, and that seems to go over well with the cops when the cops show up.
That's why he was in Europe for like 6 months. It wasn't by choice.
Yeah,
It
now
wasn't
Yeah,
by
wasn't
choice.
by choice.
Yeah.
He made the wrong move, and he had to pay for it. Yeah.
He was on the logistics most wanted list.
Love that one. Love that one. But it's a good topic to have, because like people are. It doesn't matter. Like for me, I don't like we said, like the people who are reaching out to you, Jeff, probably newer in the industry, probably, hey, they got a man. You don't know what somebody's kind of going through, so it's like, hey, they're probably told, hey, go on LinkedIn and pitch, right? And then it's I don't know. I think it's interesting. I mentioned this like a couple of weeks ago. There's no route to success in logistics. You can be scripted, you can be not scripted, you could do 1 million phone calls a day, you can do 10 phone calls a day. It doesn't matter. So that's my mindset when I think of these LinkedIn things, because let's say he's spamming you 100, like there's 100 people. I'm sorry, but 10, he's probably going to get a reply back of like 10 people. A reply is a reply, regardless if it's like you only have one way to make a good impression. But hey, it's a non, what do you call it, there's no pressure in that touch, like when you call somebody and then you have that conversation. But if you touch someone on LinkedIn, via like a DM or something like that, I think it's not a high priority, so it's just kind of, it's safe. There we go.
So
That's
I'll share with you guys. When I was doing the summits, right, and then when I was doing the weekly and even bi-weekly webinars, I used a program called Duck Soup. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it on
Yep.
LinkedIn. So Duck Soup, you can take an entire list, put them into Duck Soup, and Duck Soup will automate sending them messages and connections. And so you used to get, I think it was 100 a day, 100 connections a day. Plus I have my in-mails, right? So I would use all of those and everything every day. And then I think my in-mails I got every month, but my connections would come every day. So I set it to connect with 100 people a day. I would get about 70% of those people that would connect with me. And then when they connected with me, it was set for like a 6-part sequence over X amount of time. And when they replied, the sequence would stop and then we would have the communication. But I'll tell you, man, that's how I met most of the people I know, was through that. because it was, I mean, it was a well worded copy and paste, and it in my opinion, it didn't quite sound copy and pasted. It was just here's what I'm doing. It's you know the QC ESP formula. This is what it covers. If you're interested, or any of your team is interested, you know, I'd love to have you guys show up. I'm not selling anything, and it was just to bring people into my network. It was like a free, you know, like kind of just a free education series. I didn't try and sell Inception or anything like that, because then the nurture sequence came after they came into my network, right?
Yeah, you're making deposits. Yeah, you're making a deposit into
Yeah,
them.
I was making deposits, and I did them twice a week. I'd come up with a different scenario, you know, top 3%, you know, all the other ones, and that actually got me to do Seamless AI's sales event. I got, because of all that, they went back and saw everything I was doing, and I tagged a bunch of people from Seamless when I was asking to be part of that event. And Seamless allowed me to come and speak at their event. And well, I mean, it was digital, but still, I was able to speak at their event. And it was actually Ryan that told me about it, and that kind of stuff. So it was, and that for me is like, I'd use automated things all day long to offer somebody that. And it's not a pitch. It's nothing. It's just, I'm giving this free training. I think it can help. If it can't, no worries. I'll let you know when the next one's coming up. And I had a bunch of people saying, yeah, this one doesn't interest me, but do let me know when the next one comes up. And of course, because I promised I wouldn't sell anything, I didn't sell anything, right? Like, as much as you want to, when you have 200 people on a webinar, you want to sell something, you don't. And right up from the beginning, if you say you're not going to sell anything, don't try and sell. And even like, you know, you think about that on a sales call, right? The first call, you should never try and sell something. Nope. How many of us have tried to sell something on the first call? You think it's going really good, and you're like, well, maybe I'll just take a step forward into the sales arena, and then things go shit.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what? Well, what's going to sell, Dan, right, is your value. You don't have to sell a damn thing. People like what you have to say. They're going to come and reach out to you because they found what you were able to say very valuable, either to them, to their company. So, I mean, yeah, you don't try to do that. It's what you say. It's not trying to sell. And
absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, Maggie says that's why I have so many followers.
You know, he's connecting and pitching. You know, he's connecting and pitching. And you know what? It's important to do those things. I think it's we talk about personal branding all the time. You know, you've got to be able to have this conversation with people, because like when you guys said here, like you hate the hi, how are you? Imagine you're in a public scene. Let's say you're at the mall or something like that. You're waiting for your wife to come out of the store because, you know, she's at her favorite store, and somebody next to you says like, hey, how you doing? What are you going to tell them? Hey, leave me alone. Like, what do you want?
No. See, it goes further than that. I mean, when you get, hi, how you doing? I'm so-and-so. I do Dre, I do. It's like, why are you even going after me? I mean, I'm trying to help people to say, listen, before you go out and you reach out to these people, do background checks on them, find out who they are, find out about their corporation before you introduce yourself. Have some bullets in your gun, for God's sakes. You know, I mean, just don't go out.
You don't need a gun. That's what I'm trying to explain. You don't need a gun to talk to somebody. That's what we're going to do. You don't need a gun to talk to somebody.
I'm just saying, find out about that person, you know.
That's how you know what? I'm the opposite. I'd rather connect, and then if they reply, then I'll find out about them. Because why am I going to take that time to figure out what they do, back or whatever, and then I send them something and they say, okay, they kind of blow me off. At the end of the day, my time is valuable just as much as the receiver or anything like that, right?
Right. So I think that's the point, man. You've got to make it meaningful, because these traffic managers and logistics managers don't have all the time of the day to spend with 35 people that reach out to them. But if you have value, and when you do call and reach out to them and you say what you need to say, that starts the relationship up. You know, don't go for a juggler.
Yeah, we're not just
talking
about
that should be easy if you're dealing in your niche.
Well, forget the niche. Like, forget logistics manager. I want to ask you guys a question here, right? Because I this is like human nature that I want to talk about more instead of like logistics manager. So Jeff, you got those copy and paste. You didn't like that. What if that rep came to you and was like, "Hello, Jeff. They didn't research you, but can I get your advice on something?" ? And they just left that.
Perfect.
How would you respond?
Well,
100%.
What do you need advice on? First, I got to identify the issue and the problem first, right, before I answer, right? So you're going to ask those questions. You know, I need to get advice on what? What do you need advice on, right? So you need to first find out and then react.
I don't know. I disagree with all those
See,
things, man.
I'd say
But
sure,
I agree
man.
to disagree. That's what I love
What's up?
about it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say if somebody sent me a message saying, "Hey, I could really use your advice on something," I'd say, "Sure, what's up? Look, how can I help?"
Right. So
And then I
identify.
mean, it might be a 10-second conversation because he might say, "Well, I deal in forex," and I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm not for me, thank you. Have a great day."
Yeah.
Or it
Exactly.
might be like, I'm looking for, like I had a guy the other day said, "Hey, can I?" It just actually happened on Monday. Can I get your advice on something? I said, "Sure." So he sent me one back. He says, "I've got a customer that deals in these lanes. You're in Ontario. Your internet goes out all the time, and I was
At the
and
right time.
I'm
All right, we
wondering
had
if
enough of
there's
Jeff. Let's
anyone
get rid
in
of him.
your area that has stable net. And I was wondering if you can help me." And I said, "Well, you got to go talk to this guy Jeff Dickinson because he's got the most stable internet on the planet." But no, he was looking for carriers in and around Montreal to go into the U.S. And he says, "You're from Canada." He says, "I don't want to sound ignorant." He goes, "But I have no idea." So I said, "Well, yeah, I know a couple of people." So I gave him a couple of names. I don't know if it ever turned out to anything, but that's something you get all the time, right?
Yes, yes. And I'm happy to give that kind of advice as long as I can identify what they're looking for.
Yeah. So Damon says, "Imagine getting an email the first time that says hi. You reply, the second email is, 'How are you?' This is your work email, not a personal conversation." He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
So that's email. That's email though. So there's different channels, right? What if I was to? Okay, let's bring that back up. What if that was a text
Well,
message?
DJ's
How would
here.
you
He
guys
says,
respond?
my response is ask away. I may have an answer, and if not, I may be able to connect you with somebody who does.
DJ, love DJ, man. We're people. You know, we're for the people. But like there. So in the email, that's not acceptable. I don't think that would be acceptable. But in a text message, in a DM, those things are perfectly fine. Those are if I'm hey, how are you? Like I know you, but then you're always gonna find the
Hey,
ask,
not a
right?
text message. Not a text message. A DM when I don't know you, but not a text message.
I say
Right.
text message. I say text message.
Really? So if you had a friend text you and say hi, just hi,
Yeah,
not what's
I'll
up,
be like,
brother?
hey,
How you
well,
doing? How you
hey, what's
doing?
going on? I would literally reply back, hey, what's going? Like, cause it's like,
If you know the
we just
person,
stay
hey, what's
touches.
up?
Yeah, nothing much, just chilling. Who is this? And then kind of go from there.
Oh, okay. You're talking about if you don't know the number.
Yeah, if I don't know the number, yeah, or even if it's a friend,
Oh,
anybody. If anybody messaged me, hey, how are you? And what I'll do is like I'll reply back to it because it doesn't cost me anything to do this. And you set it and forget it. And I think Clarissa mentioned that, and I love that she said that. Like when you kind of put so much thought into these things, you give them the power. If I just want to kind of like detach, hey, I go reply back onto my way. Let's go make some more sales calls, or let's go hang with my dog, or something like that, and kind of go from there. I'm not waiting by my phone for they don't have the power over me that, oh my god, they have all my attention, right? So I think just coming back to it, it's like just be kind to everybody, and if
Oh,
if somebody reach
I'm
out,
definitely kind to everybody. When you get those kind of things and it says, hi, how are you doing? And you go, hey, what's up? And you don't hear anything back from them after that. It's just like, so why did you reach out to me in the first place? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Hi, how are you doing? Good. You?
we'll
It's
pull up
just
Damon's comment there because Mr. MD, I can see why.
Mr. MD.
He's Mr. Popular. Everybody wants to say hi to David. Like I love Damon. And
Hi,
by the way,
David. How you doing today?
yeah, and that's it. By the way, love
I
this. I
get
love it.
spam. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I
That's
do
awesome,
too.
buddy.
I think everybody gets it.
I think everybody should get.
And
Everybody.
welcome
The
to the
lane
day.
of the day. We're gonna do it, Jeff, on 12 Days of Christmas. The lane of the day. Let's go.
Nah, that was awesome, man. That was awesome.
That's right. The lane of the day. Let's go to it, Dan. It's all yours.
I still get DMs. I get DMs. I got like probably 10 DMs from people going, that outfit was classic. Like Jeff's outfit was classic. I'm like, yeah, he got it in the 70s in Florida, and then he just decided to use it on Wednesday.
Hey, come on, man. I'm only 35. Come on.
So today's lane is Laredo to Laredo for reefer, 382 a mile, 446 with fuel all in. Contract rate is 486. So that spike is changing there. That little gap's changing. Year over year, it's down 17 cents. Recent upward rate movement in this lane after staying relatively flat since July. Capacity is tight in both markets. The current rate is 24 cents higher than the November average. That's the lane of the day. I should have
The week.
sunglasses to do that.
I was just saying we didn't
You know,
have
like
that.
Horatio Kane in CSI Miami. That's the lane of the day. I used to love waiting for his
That's
comment.
the lane of the day, folks.
Yeah,
Take it
there's
to
a
the-
dead person. He's not going anywhere now. I'm like, it's lame, Horatio. That's lame. You can get better than that.
We've done a couple 100 episodes. It's like, oh man, we got to get back to the writers. Boys, did we get into our wins this week yet? I know we're talking a lot about communication and shit like that, but
I'm not going first this week.
Oh, Daman
hint,
says
hint.
hint. I never said I didn't respond.
he always replies. Yeah.
Notice how all y'all jumped to conclusions. Just saying, laugh out loud.
Damon's a man. You know, I had a really nice conversation with him. He's probably one of the best people I know. So
Yeah, he's a good
definitely
dude.
100%.
Good dude.
Yeah,
Good
throw that
dude.
ticker on. Throw that ticker on for him, because you know, like if he's just an amazing person to like be around, just imagine working beside him. You know, like
Yeah.
He's truly an innovator.
That's
who doesn't
60
live-
points too. Come on, that's good
Yeah.
cake.
Santa's gonna have a big bag this year. Yeah, so
Yeah, that's not
Ho,
cake. Cake's awesome. Big win this week. I actually survived Wednesday. I actually did not think my voice would survive. Now it didn't. I spoke maybe 7 words yesterday, and I know y'all are like, "Oh, Dan spoke 7." No, I mean, I was comatose yesterday. It was it was a really rough day. Canceled a lot of meetings yesterday because I couldn't talk. Slept most of the day. Really looking forward to getting some energy back because it's come snowmobile season. Like I'm gonna go riding once and have to sleep for 3 days just to recover. And it's gonna be a bad February if that's the case. Let me tell you. But yeah, win for me this week was being able to the amount of and how fast we put together the 12 days of Christmas.
Yep.
How seamless it came together. Like literally one person at the last minute had to cancel, but then they were on it towards the end of the day. So it's like all our guests came on. Brian Byro delivered huge. Like every guest I think delivered huge. But it was so nice because, you know, we go back to that giving piece and everybody just gave and gave and gave and gave. And it's just incredible. I'm going to say how simple it is to put something like that together. Like, I don't think it's easy, but it's simple when your mind's in the right spot.
Yep.
Right. When there's no ulterior motives, when you're not thinking about, oh, we're going to get more fans like this. And it's just like whoever's watching, here's the ultimate value that you can get in a full day. Yeah. And come in, come out, no matter what time you come in, no matter what time you come out, you're going to get huge value. And that to me is just a huge win. Huge win.
That's platinum.
Platinum, man.
Yeah,
That's
you're right.
That's word, man. That's word. You know, for me, it was like, you know, one of the biggest things I was going to talk about, but one of the biggest things from the thing was like, honestly, having DJ on, man. Like I freaking love DJ, man, and I love like when you're like-minded people, right? And it's like the thoughts that he had, and I was really looking forward to DJ and like Clarissa talking because they kind of have like the same kind of vibes and things like that. So I thought that was awesome. The big win for me, I would say, I've had a lot this week, and I don't know if it's because like the Tuesday kind of like made everything go up, but I'll just go over there really quickly. I told like our inner circle I made like a vision board for the first time ever for 2023. What I did was write down 10 goals, and then I went on Pinterest, grabbed pictures to do that, and put it all together. And I'm so motivated. I actually started yesterday with it to kind of, instead of waiting for January 1st and things like that. But a good friend
said, for you, buddy.
A good friend said to blow it up and put it in my office. So definitely going to be doing that and put that as a post. I do have as my background on my phone and my laptop, but you know, converting on videos and emails, I've loved it. I've been converting, I think like 70% on video outreach and 80% on email outreach to brand new prospects. And you know, just like business has been amazing. I think like the harder you work, the luckier you get. And last one, thank you guys so much to everybody who supported Brandless Rescue Goods on Tuesday. I think they raised an additional like $200 to $300 on top for animal.
Nice,
awesome.
And things like that. So it's been a great week, man. It's been a great week. Got a busy weekend coming up, but yeah, those are my wins for the week, man.
Yeah,
that is good, brother.
Pretty much the same. You know, the whole week I thought was platinum. You know, from Monday, Tuesday, absolutely platinum. I mean, you're right, Dan. It went seamlessly. There was no issues whatsoever. Great conversations, great takeaway. The engagement was fantastic. I think everybody learned from many of our guests that were out there, and help them to look at other options and things that they never thought of or even heard of before, which was great. It's always good to provide, our audience with different things to help them along the way, because that's why we do these silly things, right? To help everybody out. It's the things that they don't want to hear and the things that they do want to hear. And as long as we're in the position to do that and add to their success, this, like I said, this is why we do these things every week. So that's like the biggest win this week for us as a group and for the people that attended all of our podcasts throughout the week.
And I think, like, there's so much content out there and people take their time to actually watch ours, whether they be a new viewer or they've been like a seasoned viewer,
Yes.
things like that. Jeff, I just want to kind of give you kudos. Like, you really, really killed it this week. Like, it's as you normally do, but it's been amazing. I was rewatching the Greg, your buddy Greg, The Economist, and it's like there's a lot of good points that people can take, and that's what I like what you just said. We're saying with, like, there's some good things you can take and there's some things that you won't take. It's really up to you. We're gonna give you the platter, and whatever you take from it, you take from it, right?
That's it. And the thing is us three here, we're here to help. Don't be shy, reach out, ask us questions, or even if you want to hear something, we'll bring on a guest that meets your needs as well. We're always looking at different different ways to attack different problems and to give you that solution. So please, by all means, if there's something that's out there that you need help on, send us a suggestion. We'd be more than happy to do that. But like I said, the beginning of the year, we're going to have some really good guests. We're going to discuss things that we haven't discussed before. And I don't know about you guys, but I do know about you guys. We are looking forward to the new year, especially the first quarter. So keep on following us.
Yeah. Look forward to the next day. Then the next day after that, and the next day after that.
Absolutely.
And I still, unfortunately, have not found Damon's exit video. So I apologize, brother. I'll get it. I'll get it. All right. Thank you, everyone. Ryan, take us out, brother.
Let's do it. Yeah. So, like we said, we're wrapping up this amazing week. Thank you for everybody coming out this week, showing your support, showing your love towards us, because it just, like we said, it just re-energizes us to do better. So we're going to hit that replay at 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern time, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody on Monday. Have a safe weekend. We've got, a couple more sleeps until Santa comes over through the chimney. So make sure you guys get all your Christmas shopping done, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Take it easy.